Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Mia and I love sharing my fashion and everyday finds with you guys. Today we're going to do something a little bit different and I am going to share with you my honest thoughts and comparison of the Calpak Luka Duffel and a couple of Amazon dupes that I've bought. I do a lot of traveling, usually multiple trips a year, and I am a carry-on only girl through and through, so I usually only bring my roller carry-on and then a personal item. This is the lookalike bag that I have been using for some time now, and it is a really great bag. It's the perfect size for a personal item and fits a lot of stuff into it, but I wanted to compare it to the name brand version by Calpak, so I decided to buy this one with my own money. And then I also recently found this new release on Amazon, and so I decided to purchase this one and review it as well. So we're going to compare all the details of each bag and see which one comes out on top. So let's get into it. Okay, so first we're going to touch on the fabric of these three bags. I know that the Calpak Luka Duffel is known for being this kind of puffer material, and of the three bags, this one is definitely the thickest, puffiest material. It is really nice and plush, soft. Particularly the handles on this one feel extra cushy, whereas you can see on all of the other bags, the handle is not as cushiony or soft as the Calpak version, and they are also thinner. So if this is going to be a bag that you're carrying on your shoulder versus on top of a suitcase, I feel like that would make a really big difference. Comparing the fabric on these two bags, I feel like this bag is the more popular dupe, but the fabric on it is definitely not anywhere near as plush. It still has the similar kind of like puffer fabric feel. I mean, you can even just see the texture between these two bags. This one is a lot more puffy, it has more dimension to it, whereas this one is a lot more flat. If the fabric and feel is important to you, this bag is, I would say, a pretty similar option. So you can definitely see on this bag there is a little bit more puffiness than on my white bag, and the texture feels a lot more similar. I will say that the fabric on the dupe feels a little bit smoother, whereas the Calpak puffer material feels like a little bit more of a matte finish, if that makes sense, and this one is a little bit more silky. This one also has a different quilted design on it. So you can see on the Calpak bag, we just have kind of the three puffer sections in the front, whereas this one has multiple quilted squares on it, so that changes the look of it as well. But both of these are monochrome, so if you like a monochrome bag, meaning like the zippers and the fabric and everything is the same color, and you want something a little bit cheaper in the Calpak, this one has a much more similar look versus this one, which has the same design, but the fabric and feel are just not the same. Okay, so now let's talk about the exterior features of the bag. So the name brand bag has this sleeve on the back. It is a trolley pass-through sleeve, so you can slip the handle of your roller suitcase through this, and then that way it will sit nicely on the top of your roller. I think that is a great feature and honestly like a must-have for me on any bag. Like if a bag does not have this luggage strap, I will not get it. The Calpak bag does have a bonus feature that is on the inside of this part, and that is a zipper pocket. So kind of on the back where your luggage handle would pass through, there is an additional zipper pocket inside. It does span the entire width of that pass through, so nice and wide. You could easily fit travel documents in there, a wallet, passport, your phone. You could honestly fit lots of things in this pocket, and I really like that that feature is there for easy access that's a little bit more hidden. Both of the dupe bags also have a luggage pass through. This one you can see is just a strap, so I don't love that about this one because it feels a little bit less secure, and then obviously there's no pocket in it. It's just this little strap to hold on. One potential perk of having a luggage strap that is a little bit thinner is it is going to be easier to kind of like slip your luggage handle in and out. So if it feels like something that you're going to be slipping on and off a lot, this one might be easier to use, but feels a little bit flimsier and less secure. This white bag does have a very similar luggage pass through as the original Calpak bag. It is also padded and just like nice and thicker. However, there is no zip pocket on the inside, so that feature is missing on this one. When we take a look at the side pockets on these bags, each of the bags has that side kind of water bottle pocket. There is nothing really too dissimilar about these. I will say that the pocket height on this one is a little bit shorter than the other two, but other than that, there's not really any major differences between the side pocket on each of these bags. And then for the strap clips on each of the bags, they're again pretty similar. This one is not monochrome, so this one has black detailing on it with the white bag, and then these two bags are monochrome. The clip loop on this bag does feel a little bit wider, but other than that, nothing hugely different about that piece. And then looking at the shoe pocket on each of the bags, so each of the bags has an easy access shoe pocket that you can easily zip open. They roughly look to be about the same size. Starting off with the Calpak bag, you have the side opening here. It is easy to access, and something that this bag has that the other two do not is this little snap closure right here. So you can roll up the shoe compartment when you're not using it and snap it shut shut so that it stays kind of tucked away on the inside of your bag. So I actually really like that feature. I think it's really nice that because it's not a pocket that you're necessarily going to use all of the time, you can have that little piece to kind of tuck it away. And then to release it, you literally just pull the snap open and then you can access the shoe pocket. The shoe compartment on this bag is pretty big. I would say it takes up about half of the space of the interior of the bag if you were to like totally fill it up. So especially if you have a larger shoe size, it's nice that the compartment is bigger on this one. Just a nice feature to have a little bit of separation if you are going to put your shoes in a bag like for the gym or something like that. Okay, you have a similar shoe compartment on this one. There is no strap to tuck away the compartment when it's not being used. So when you're not using it, you kind of just have to like shove it to the side of the bag, which is annoying, but not a deal breaker. It's just like one of those little details that explains to me why the Calpak bag is so much more expensive than the other two. Little details like that really matter. But you still have a big shoe compartment on this one. I would say it's about the same size as the one on the Calpak bag, so you could fit bigger shoes, probably even 2 pairs of shoes in here. And then moving on to this bag, one thing that is kind of unique about this one is that there is a little metal vent on the outside of the bag. So specifically because this is a shoe compartment, that will allow some airflow to get in there. So that's a nice little touch. I like that they included that, and the Calpak and the other dupe do not have that feature on it. Downside of the shoe compartment is that it's not anywhere near as big. So you can see it doesn't even reach the end of the duffel bag on the inside. I really think you could fit like maybe one chunky pair of shoes in here. So if you feel like the shoe compartment is something that you were going to use a lot and you wanted to put multiple pairs of shoes in, then this is not going to be the bag for you because the shoe compartment's just too small. There's also no strap to tuck it away when it's not being used. So again, you just have to push it to the side. As far as finishes go, the Calpak bag has these really nice rubberized zipper pulls that feel really luxe, to be honest. And the zippers are very easy to use. They open and close very seamlessly. We've also got this zipper pocket in the front, very big, very spacious and padded. So you could probably fit like an iPad in here. So nice finishes on this one. This bag has plastic zipper pulls. I don't feel like there's any huge differences between like the way the zipper functions. One is not easier to open or close than the other. You do also have the front pocket on this bag. It's not as padded as the Calpak brand, but you could still fit lots in here. And then for this bag, we have the kind of tied cord zipper pulls. The zippers, again, open and close very easily. You have the front pocket on this one. Also has a little bit of padding, but definitely not as much padding as the Calpak brand. The final comparison I want to make on the exterior features is the actual measurements of the bag. So I've got my measuring tape and we are going to measure the dimensions of each bag. First, the Calpak bag, I'm measuring kind of like from this seam here to the other seam. All right, so measuring from seam to seam, we're hitting about 7 inches. And then obviously this bag has some padding in it. So if we're kind of being more generous for the padding, we get up to 8 inches. I would say the true interior measurement of the bag though is 7 inches, since that is where the seams measure to. I'm also gonna measure it on the top just to match. On the top seam to seam, when I am measuring and pulling the handles apart, you can see we are getting to 8 inches. So that would be with the bag absolutely stuffed, you would hit 8 inches. So seam to seam, we are hitting 16 inches exactly. And if we were going to be generous for the extra padding, if you happen to have like a little bit of stuff in the side pocket here, it gets up to 18 inches. Okay, and then finally height. Looks like we are at 12 inches here. So total height of the bag. It looks like according to Google, the standard size for a personal item is 18 inches by 14 inches by 8 inches. So this bag fits those dimensions almost exactly to a T, with the exception of the height. The height of the bag is 12 inches versus the personal item limit, which is 14 inches. So it's actually a couple inches under that requirement. Measuring this bag next. Okay, measuring seam to seam on the bottom. This one is a little bit over 7 inches. And then if you accounted for some extra padding space from the front pocket, you would go up to 8 inches. Same size as the Calpak. Okay, height. This one is hitting 11.5 inches. So this one is hitting about a half inch shorter than the Calpak bag. And then measuring the width of the bag, we have 16 inches, maybe 17 inches if you had something in the side pocket. Finally, we have this dupe. I have actually taken this bag on an airline, so I know for certain that it fits under the seat in front of you, but we are still going to measure it. I will say that this bag holds the most structure on its own when it's empty because of this kind of like boning that it has on the edges. So if that matters to you, that is definitely a differentiator. Okay, so width of the bag, we're hitting right at 16 inches again. And then if you had to put something else in the side pocket, you would maybe add an inch to that. So like 17 inches max from top to bottom, just slightly over 12 inches on this one. So tiny, tiny bit taller than the Calpak bag. And then for the depth on this one, looks like 6.5 inches, maybe 7 inches if you had the bag totally stuffed. So this one is definitely less deep as the other two bags. So if you're talking about square footage of like the inside of these bags, they're all pretty similar and all definitely going to fit underneath the seat in front of you. I would say that the dupes are just like slightly smaller than the original, but not by a significant amount. So now we're going to get into the interior details of the bag, and this is where I really feel like the bags start to differentiate a bit. Starting off with the Calpak bag, this is not a surprise to me at all, but in my opinion, the Calpak bag has the best interior pocket system. We have the strap on the inside that the bag comes with that you can clip on. On this side, we have two elastic opening pockets that you could fit like snacks in, whatever. These pockets are really nice for organization when you're traveling. And then there is also a zipper pocket that spans the full length of the bag. It is not padded or anything like that. There is obviously padding on the outside of the pocket. So this would maybe be the pocket that you would use for a laptop. This is my 13-inch MacBook Air, and I am just going to see if it fits in that zipper pocket. Okay. So it does fit in the zipper pocket with like a little bit of room to spare. I am not 100% sure that a 15-inch laptop would fit in that pocket, so just something to keep in mind. But yeah, so we have three pockets on this side, the zipper pocket, and then the two elastic pockets. On the interior side of the bag, there is also another elastic pocket here, and I love that for like a water bottle. If you didn't want it to be on the outside of the bag, you could very easily just put it on the inside here. And then on the opposite side of the bag, there's kind of this loose mesh pocket that is also a zipper pocket, so you could put like a bunch of like little things in here that you need easy access to. So for the total pocket count, we have 5 interior pockets, 4 exterior pockets, which includes the shoe compartment and the little secret pocket on the outside of the luggage pass-through. So that gives us 9 total pockets on this one. That's a lot of pockets for a travel bag. The only thing that was kind of surprising to me and maybe a little bit of a letdown with this bag is that there was no padded laptop sleeve, in the sense that like normally when you have a laptop sleeve inside of a bag, there's a little bit more padding on like the interior facing side of the bag, and this one doesn't have that. There's just like a big zip pocket. However, I will say the outside of the bag is padded enough that if you were mostly going to be having clothes on the inside, then you're really more concerned about protecting your laptop from the outside anyways, and like the outside of the bag is very padded, so I would still feel very comfortable putting my laptop in that zip pocket. I would honestly even be comfortable. I travel most of the time with my iPad instead of my laptop, and I think even putting an iPad in the front pocket does not freak me out that much because the front side is quite padded. In fact, just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to see if my laptop fits in here. Okay, yeah. So my laptop very easily fits in the front pocket as well. So you could even put your laptop in the front if you wanted easier access, and it's so padded from the outside. I feel like it's great. And there definitely is extra room in here as well. So if a 15-inch laptop did not fit in the inside pocket, it would definitely fit in the outside pocket. Okay, so now getting to this bag, on the inside we only have 2 pockets. So on one side there is the more traditional padded laptop sleeve. It does have a thin layer of padding here to protect your laptop on the inside, and then a little Velcro strap to open it up and access your laptop. My laptop very easily fits in here. I think you could also very easily fit a 15-inch laptop in here. There's lots of extra space. So there's the one laptop pocket on that side. And then on the other side, similarly to the Calpak bag, we do have a zip pocket. The zip pocket on this bag is not as big as the zip pocket in the Calpak bag. So the Calpak bag, the size of the zip pocket is essentially the same size as like that entire side of the bag. This pocket is shallow, so it does not go all the way to the bottom of the rest of the bag, and it's also not as wide. It does not span the entire width of the inside of the bag. So for a pocket count, we have 2 interior pockets and 3 exterior pockets. So we have 5 pockets total on this one, and the pockets are not as big. All right, and finally we have this, guys. So we have on one side the zipper pocket. So similarly to the beige bag that I showed you, the zipper pocket on this one is smaller and shallower, so not as big of a zip pocket as the Calpak bag has. And then on the other side, we have 2 slip pockets. These slip pockets are pretty small. They don't fit a whole lot in them. So honestly, as far as pockets go, they're not like the most useful pockets. You could probably fit like wallet, passport, maybe like some lip gloss in there, but that's about it. So for total pocket count, we have 3 interior pockets on this one, 3 exterior pockets, including the shoe compartment. So that's 6 pockets on this one. So 1 additional pocket compared to the Bagsmart beige bag, but not as many pockets as Calpak, which I feel like is worth noting because the Calpak bag is more expensive. And so with that, you would hope that there would be additional features that would come with it. Okay, so now that we've gone through the features of all of the bags, what are my final thoughts? I personally plan on keeping this Calpak bag. I think that if you are a frequent flyer and you really travel a lot, even though the bag is more than twice as expensive as the other two bags, the features that it comes with are worth it, specifically the extra interior pocket organization. The finishes on it are a lot nicer. The handles feel a lot nicer and cushier than the other two bags. I feel like overall, the quality of this bag will hold up throughout a lot of travel and is worth keeping for me because I really do travel a lot. So I am very excited to keep this and make this my new personal item. Honestly, the only downside I feel like this bag has is that it does not have a dedicated kind of padded laptop sleeve that feels like it's specifically for your laptop. That is not a huge deal breaker to me, again, because I feel like the padding on the outside of the bag is sufficient to kind of protect my stuff. And honestly, this is a little bit of a bonus item, but I actually have this laptop carrier that is extremely padded and cushy. It's like almost like a pillow. So honestly, I feel like I could just stick my laptop in here, stick it in my bag, and be done with it. Like, super easy problem to solve. I think if you're a frequent flyer and you're really looking to invest in a high quality bag, this one is a really, really good option for you. Okay, so my thoughts about this bag are really the primary redeeming quality of this bag is the color and the look of the bag. I think it is really nice to have a monochrome look, and it does have a little bit more of like the padded look that the Calpak bag has. So if you're going for look entirely, but you don't necessarily care about like some of the interior pockets or anything like that, this is the most similar looking bag. Downsides of this bag, the pockets aren't as big. The pockets also don't feel as high quality. The finishes don't feel as high quality. So it still feels like a good travel bag, like if you only travel every once in a while and you really just want to have something that looks similar to the Calpak bag. But in terms of like functionality and organization, this one I would say is probably going to rank last out of all of these three bags because the functionality is just not as good on this bag, if anything, because it just does not have as many pockets, and the pockets that it does have are not as big as the other bag. And also this travel strap just feels like it might break super easily. So I am not super impressed with this bag as like a dupe for the Calpak, unless you're going for like this very specific look. Then finally, we have this bag by Cluci. I would say that if you're looking for something that is functionally similar to the Calpak bag, this is going to be a better option than the Bagsmart bag. Even though it's not as padded as the other one, I would say the overall quality of the bag feels a little bit nicer. It does have one extra pocket, although those pockets aren't necessarily super big or functional. Also, just from personal experience using this bag, like I've thoroughly enjoyed using this bag. Like it still fits a lot of stuff. So if you're looking for something that is like a high capacity personal item, this is still a good option. But because I'm a frequent traveler and I really look for bags that have some of those extra organizational elements to make my life easier, the Calpak bag is the superior bag, and I would say is definitely worth the price, especially if you can get it on sale. But if you don't care as much about the organization interior of the bag, then this is a really good option. One thing worth noting though is that this bag does not also have a laptop sleeve, and my laptop barely fits in the front pocket. Like it barely shuts, and it's not padded enough on the outside to where I would feel comfortable having my laptop there. I think overall the quality of this bag feels worth the price to me if you're looking for just like a more affordable version and are okay with letting go of some of those inner organizational elements and like finer details. Or if you don't travel a ton, like this is going to be a great bag for you. So between all three bags, I would say that this one is definitely my personal favorite and the one that I'm going to be switching to. But this one is a worthwhile contender, and especially if you're on a budget and you feel like you just can't justify the price tag of the Calpak, this is still going to be a good travel bag. It's just not going to have as many features as this one. So hopefully this was helpful. I have both of these bags linked in my description for you in case you want to purchase either one of them. And thanks so much for watching.